And then, cheers, that's really helpful. And then second question, this one's for everyone. I administrate Reaper accessibility groups, two fairly busy ones. And Satana touched on the whole WhatsApp group email list stuff being pretty male dominated, which is definitely true for the groups that I administrate. And I'm just sort of wondering, has anyone got any opinions on stuff that I could be doing in those groups that would be like helpful or more welcoming or whatever? Because at the minute, I'm just sort of treating women like I treat anybody else, which I think is probably the right thing to do. But I don't know. I just wanted to touch base and see if there's more that I could be doing.
To get more people in on the list, you're saying, as females?
Yeah, I guess to maybe to get some more women involved, or like, and just to make sure that I'm not doing anything that kind of makes them feel a bit ooh when they do show up. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's a pretty open-ended question. The answer might be no. The answer might be just treat them like everybody else, which is kind of what I'm already doing.
I would have to go and listen to your stuff. As far as the audio rant table, I would say it's pretty awesome. So no, I mean, probably the first question to address is that many ladies or girls or something, how many of them are all really involved in this type of stuff? So you can, make them, make part of those groups or whatever. I'm happy to see that in the Pro Tools WhatsApp group, many ladies have been coming to the group lately,
Yeah, we've been seeing the same thing. I think we've got a whole bunch of women that have been lurking for a long time, and then recently, for some reason, they seem
I lurk in there. I don't say much, but I read and I listen and I just kind of pay attention.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you've actually seen me on the Reaper groups then. Like, is there anything I could be doing better? Specifically from like your perspective as a woman?
Not really. I mean, like I said, I lurk a lot of times too, so I haven't really like sat down and really picked through. Yeah. But I think like maybe one of my issues that I probably have, which is probably why I lurk so much more than like talk in any group. And I'm not even just saying your group, like I'm in the Complete Control group, I'm in the Logic group, I'm in the, I'm in a lot of these kind of groups that are male dominated. And sometimes people just kind of, you ask a question and like, it might seem like a simple question, or probably is a stupid question, but like, I don't know, sometimes the response that you get is like, well, you just do this. And so you're just kind of like, well, I'm not going to ask this question then, because like, I know I'm just going to get a bunch of guys who are just going to be like, well, duh, you do that.
Yeah.
So I'm just not going to ask.
Sort of zero mansplaining policy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that kind of deters me from, and like I said, it's not even just our group, like it's a lot of groups.
Yeah.
And I think sort of making the resources known as much as you can. Like when I found out that there was the Dropbox, I asked you to get in the Dropbox, and I got in the Dropbox because like, well, okay, that's going to be a place where a lot of my questions are going to be answered because there's so much information in there. So like make the resources more known. Like, I don't know, there probably already is a website and I'm just not observant enough to know that there is one, but like a comprehensive location that says we have a WhatsApp group, we have a Dropbox thingy, we have the email list, we have whatever the other little subsets that there are, because somebody might not feel comfortable.
We're working towards that, but it's it's like, man, it's Reaperville, so it's in a constant state of we're nearly doing it. Like it's
like different people are comfortable in different settings. Some people would rather write it out. Mm-hmm. Some people would rather speak it. Some people would rather just read stuff. So like for me, once I kind of got a handle on the resources that were there, then I took off a little bit more, because then I was like, all right, well, now I know I don't have to write out my stupid question on the email list. I can look through the Dropbox, and then I can maybe go to WhatsApp or something.
Yeah. Okay. So
I think go ahead, Scott.
So just try and make it so that it's like so that everyone can use the knowledge that we've kind of pulled together, whether they
And I mean,
want
that's
to be active
like
on
for
a group
everyone.
or
Like
not.
that's not even just a woman thing. There could be,
Yeah.
some young guy or some man in
Correct.
their 70s who's like trying to get into Reaper, and they're just trying to break in. But then there's some people who just, they have a lot of knowledge and they don't have time or energy, or maybe it's just a bad day and they need a cup of coffee, and they don't
Sure.
explain it very well when they respond.
Okay, so just make it all easier to use for
Yeah.
everybody, and some
Yeah.
of those people will also be women, but it doesn't actually matter that much. I think, 'cause-
Exactly.
But it's
Okay,
a good
cool.
point, though,
Yeah.
because
Good point, Ash.
probably we could think of like, are women in this kind of, environment, whatever, more or less proactive? Because there's a major number of males and females, or because if we think in terms of, is there anything that can be done for women to participate or make part of those kind of things? It's just sort of assuming that there's a difference,
Mhm.
somehow. So it's a very interesting point.
You know, what's funny to me is like, it seems like Ashley kind of said, like when she found out about the resources, when generally I've noticed, and this may sound, this is painted with a broad brush, but I don't care. When it seems like guys don't really want to do all the reading, the directions and stuff. It's like,
It's true.
but
Yeah.
but the girls seem like they're gonna like go and read and like, okay, let me check this out real quick. Okay, yeah, okay. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, now, okay, that's a logical thing to me. However, we look at it, we say, oh man, we could put this together, no problem. Hey, check this out. Watch out, little lady. And then you got 3 screws left over. You know what I mean? So I think it kind of feeds into that world to me. But yeah, man, that's a good question though, Scott. Thanks, brother.
Sure.